My wife's secret affair, the shocking moment I caught. Her red-handed with her lover and how it changed everything. Marriage is built on trust, a foundation I never thought would crack in my relationship with Sarah. She was my partner, my confidant, and the woman I planned to grow old with. But one evening, everything I believed about her and our marriage was shattered in the most shocking way imaginable. For weeks, I had noticed subtle changes in Sarah's behavior. She started staying late at work more often than usual, claiming that her company was preparing for a big project. She was more secretive with her phone, keeping it face down on the table or taking calls in the other room. I brushed it off at first, not wanting to be the kind of husband who doubted his wife without cause, but then there were the unexplained absences, weekend errands that seemed to take hours, and the sudden need for me time that she never asked for before. My gut told me something was wrong, but I convinced myself I was being paranoid. That was until I found a receipt tucked into the passenger seat of her car for an expensive dinner at a restaurant we had never visited together. The date on the receipt didn't match any occasion I could recall. My heart sank as the pieces started falling into place. I decided to dig deeper. I hated myself for it, but I checked her phone one night when she left it charging in the kitchen. She had deleted most of her messages, but a notification popped up from a name I didn't recognize. "Thanks for tonight. I can't stop thinking about you." I froze, my stomach churning with anger and betrayal. Who was this person? And what had she done tonight? That was the moment I decided to find out the truth, no matter how painful it might be. A few days later, Sarah told me she had a late work meeting. Instead of sitting at home and drowning in my suspicions, I followed her. My heart raced as I tailed her car from a safe distance. She didn't head toward her office building. Instead, she drove to a small boutique hotel on the edge of town. I parked a few spots away, my hands trembling as I watched her step out of the car. A man I didn't recognize was waiting for her in the lobby. They embraced, and my world came crashing down. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. This wasn't some misunderstanding or innocent meeting. It was real. My wife, the woman I trusted with everything, was having an affair. I didn't wait for them to disappear inside. I stormed into the hotel lobby, my emotions boiling over. Sarah's face turned pale when she saw me, her eyes wide with panic. "What the hell is going on here?" I demanded, my voice shaking with anger. The man, clearly caught off guard, stepped back, looking between Sarah and me. I didn't know she was married," he stammered, as if that made it any better. Sarah tried to speak, but no words came out. She looked like a deer caught in headlights, her guilt written all over her face. "Is this your work meeting, Sarah?" I spat, my voice dripping with sarcasm. "This is what you've been doing behind my back?" She finally found her voice. "It's not what it looks like," she said, but even she didn't sound convinced by her own words. "It's exactly what it looks like," I snapped. "You lied to me. You betrayed me. How long has this been going on?" Her silence was answer enough. That night I packed a bag and left the house. I couldn't even look at her without feeling a surge of anger and heartbreak. She tried calling me, leaving voicemails begging me to come back and talk, but I ignored them. Over the next few weeks, I pieced together the full extent of her betrayal. The affair had been going on for months, starting during one of those work trips she claimed were mandatory. She admitted it when we finally sat down to talk, tears streaming down her face. "I didn't mean for this to happen," she said, her voice trembling. "I was lonely, and I felt like we were drifting apart. I made a mistake." "A mistake?" I repeated, my voice cold. A mistake is forgetting an anniversary or saying something hurtful in the heat of the moment. Sleeping with someone else for months is a choice. You made a choice, Sarah. I couldn't forgive her, not after what she had done. The trust we had was irreparably broken, and no amount of apologies could fix it. I filed for divorce, a decision that felt both heartbreaking and liberating. In the months that followed, I focused on rebuilding my life. It wasn't easy, but I found solace in the support of friends and family. I rediscovered hobbies I had neglected, started therapy, and slowly began to heal. Sarah reached out a few times, asking if we could try again, but I knew better. Forgiving her would mean betraying myself, and I couldn't do that. Looking back, that night in the hotel lobby was the most painful moment of my life. But it was also the turning point I needed. It taught me that I deserved better than a partner who didn't value loyalty and honesty. Today, I'm in a much better place. The scars of betrayal are still there, but they've made me stronger. I've learned to trust my instincts, to set boundaries, and to never settle for less than I deserve. As for Sarah, I don't know where she is or what she's doing. And honestly, I don't care. Her betrayal may have broken my heart, but it didn't break me. I walked away from her lies, and in doing so, I found myself thanks for watching. Subscribe for more watching videos.